Welcome to today's lesson in physics. Today we are discussing AC voltage applied to a series LCR circuit. For a series LCR circuit, two types of solutions are possible: phasor diagram solution and analytical solution. And in our syllabus, we will discuss only phasor diagram solution. In a series LCR circuit, a resistance R and a capacitor of capacitance C and an inductor of inductance L are connected in series with an AC source of voltage V, and the varying voltage V is given by V is equal to Vm sin omega t. When such a varying voltage is applied like this, since these components are connected in series, the same current will be flowing through all the three components. So we have the instantaneous voltage V equal to Vm sin omega t applied to the series combination. Now we assume that at any instant of time, the charge on the capacitor is Q and current in the circuit is I, and the rate of change of current is di by dt. Therefore, the potential difference across R can be written as I into R, and that across capacitor can be written as Q by C, and that across L, the inductor, can be written as L, that means L into di by dt. So the sum of voltages across L, C and R, it becomes Q by C plus IR plus L into di by dt, that is across the three. Therefore, by Kirchhoff's law, we have Q by C plus IR plus L into di by dt minus V equal to 0, where V is the applied voltage. So, in simple words, we have the equation Q by C plus IR plus L into di by dt equal to V, where V is Vm sin omega t. So, Q by C plus IR plus L into di by dt equal to Vm sin omega t. That is, the sum of voltages across L, C and R, it is equal to the applied voltage, that is Vm sin omega t. Now we assume the current in the circuit to be I is equal to Im sin omega t plus phi, where Im is the amplitude of the current and phi is the phase difference between the voltage and current. That means here phi is the phase difference between the resultant voltage and current. In phasor representation, we represent the voltages across L, C and R as VL, VC and VR. We know when AC is applied to an inductor, the current in the circuit, it lags behind the voltage by an angle pi by 2. Or in other words, we can say that voltage leads the current by an angle pi by 2. So here there is a phase difference of pi by 2 radian or 90 degree. When it is connected to a capacitor, when AC is given to a capacitor, current leads the voltage by an angle pi by 2, or voltage is lagging behind the current by an angle pi by 2. In the case of resistor, we know both the voltage and current are in same phase. There is no phase difference. The amplitude of voltage across resistor is Vrm, that is equal to Im into R, and that across inductor it is VLm, that is Im into XL, where XL is the inductive reactance given by L omega. The amplitude of voltage across the capacitor is given by VCM is equal to Im Xc, where Xc is the capacitive reactance given by 1 by omega c. If the voltages across L, C and R were in phase, we can write V is equal to VR plus VL plus VC. But here the voltages across L, C and R, They are not in phase. So we cannot add them algebraically. We have to add them vectorially. Therefore, the equation becomes vector V is equal to vector VR plus vector VL plus vector VC. Here we have to follow vector addition. Now we will discuss how to draw the phasor diagram. So as we discussed earlier, VR is in the direction of current. So first we draw the axis like this. Now VR is in the direction of current. That means both current and V are in the same direction. So if this is the current phasor, VR also will come in the same direction. Okay. Now the voltage across inductor, it leads the current by an angle pi by 2. That means here voltage is leading the current. So voltage across inductor should come in the second quadrant. So that we can represent in this quadrant like this, so that angle between VL and I will be 90 degrees. So this is VL. Now voltage across capacitor, it lags behind the current by an angle pi by 2. So that is to be shown in the fourth quadrant. So that we can show in the fourth quadrant like this. So this comes as VC. So we have to be careful in drawing. Both these angles should be 90 degree. That means angle between I and VL and angle between I and VC should be 90 degree. This is how we start with the phasor diagram. From the phasor diagram, we can say that the voltages across L and C, they are out of phase. That means there is a phase difference of 180 degree, and that is why they are drawn in just opposite directions. Their lengths are taken to be VLM and VSM, that is their amplitudes. And the length of the phasor VR is taken as VRM, which is the amplitude of voltage across R. Now to find the resultant of these three vectors, first let's find the resultant of VC and VL. They are in just opposite direction. So we will have VC plus VL as shown in the direction of VC because VC is greater than VL. So we have the two vectors VR and VC plus VL, whose vector sum we can find using parallelogram law of vector addition. In the diagram, the magnitude of VC plus VL will be VCM minus VLM, since VCM is greater than VLM. We have taken like that. Now to do the vector sum, we have to construct the parallelogram and draw the diagonal from the common point. So we'll get the resultant as shown, and that resultant is the same as the applied voltage. So the length of that phasor will be Vm. Applying Pythagoras theorem, we have Vm square is equal to Vrm square plus Vcm minus Vlm whole square, where Vrm is Im into R, Vcm is Im into Xc, Vlm is Im into Xl. Therefore, Vm square is equal to Imr whole square plus Im Xc minus Im Xl the whole square. That is, Vm square is equal to Im square into R square plus Xc minus Xl the whole square. Therefore, Vm is equal to Im into root R square plus Xc minus Xl whole square, or Im is equal to Vm divided by root of R square plus Xc minus Xl whole square. The quantity in the denominator, that is root R square plus Xc minus Xl whole square, has the dimensions of resistance, and it is called as the impedance, written by the letter Z. That is, impedance Z is equal to root of R square plus Xc minus Xl whole square. Dimensionally, it is the same as resistance or reactance. In the expression for current, that is I equal to Im sin omega t plus phi, we obtained Im, that is Vm by Z, where Z is root of R square plus Xc minus Xl whole square. This expression for Z can also be obtained from the triangle which we have drawn here, which is also called as impedance diagram. So from this impedance diagram, we are directly getting Z square equal to R square plus XC minus XL whole square. Now, to find the phase difference between the voltage and current, which is phi, we take the impedance diagram again. So from this diagram, tan phi is equal to XC minus XL divided by R. Here, sign of tan phi depends on whether XC is greater or less than XL. Hence, the phase difference phi can be written as tan inverse XC minus XL by R. Finally, we can conclude that when an AC voltage V equal to Vm sin omega t is applied to a series LCR circuit, the resulting current is I equal to Im sin omega t plus phi, where Im, the amplitude of current, is Vm divided by Z, where Z is the impedance of series LCR circuit, which is root of R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. And the phase difference between the voltage and current is tan phi is equal to XC minus XL by R, or phi is equal to tan inverse XC minus XL by R. The phasor diagram for V and I for the series LCR circuit is as shown. It is for the case when XC is greater than XL. With that, we wind up today's lesson. Thank you.